All right, class, today we're going to learn area model. So what are we doing today?
Area model.
All right, so first we're going to start with the number 234 times 2. What does that equal? So if I take 200, multiply that by 2, what does it equal?
400.
So we get 400. Now we're going to take 30 times 2. And what is 30 times 2 going to equal?
60.
All right, so we've got 60 and 400. 4 times 2, what is that going to equal?
8.
8. So 4 times 2 we determined equals 8. Now let's add all that up and figure out what we get here. So pretty easily we can come over here as zeros. We can figure this is going to be an 8, a 6, and a 4. So 234 times 2 is going to equal 468. Now we're going to show you the area model and we're going to see if we get this same answer here. Alright, so I'm going to draw us a big box right here. I'll break this into 3 parts. I have 2 here. I have, we'll say 234, so I'm going to put my 200 above the first box. I'm going to put 30 above the second box. And I'm going to put 4 above our third box here. You guys want to go ahead and do this on your whiteboard with me here? All right. So now, in the first box, we're going to bring these two together, and we get 200 times 2. And we determined earlier, what does that equal?
400.
Yes, so we get 400. Now we're going to bring our 30 and our 2 together and multiply them. So I got 2 times 30 in this box, and what do I get?
60.
60. In the last box, I'm going to come across and go 4 times 2, and what did we determine that was?
8.
8. So now we're going to bring all those numbers below and add them up. 40 plus 60 plus 8. What does that add up to again?
468.
Which is exactly what we had over here. So we get 468. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our little blocks here, our area blocks, and we're going to prove that this works by counting blocks so that we can prove that this, and the blocks will all be the same. So first, I want you to grab, we have our hundreds column. If we have 2 groups with 200 each, how many is that? You grab 2 groups of 100 each. So
it would be 400.
Yep, 400
2 sets
right
of
there.
200. Okay, so
2
400.
sets of 200 is
Got it.
400. So now we're going to go to our tens column here. So you get your tens out, and we have 2 groups with 3 tens in each group.
So 3 tens.
And then 3 more tens. Yes, 3
which would
groups.
give us 6 tens.
Yes, 6 tens, correct, which is 60. And now we're going to go to the last one here, to our singles, to our singles digits, and we're going to have 2 groups of 4 digits in each group. 2 groups of 4. Count that out. You get how many?
8.
All right. Now we have our total, and we should have our total here. Let's add them all together.
So 468.
468, 468, 468. So did we get the same answers on all 3?
Yes, we did.
Yes. All right. All right, class, now I want you to go ahead and do this assignment, and we're going to record ourselves using Seesaw so that I can see that you know what you're doing. So let's go ahead and do this in Seesaw.
Okay. So I am going to solve 343 times 2 using area model and proving it with my base 10 blocks. So I have to make an area model. And when I make the area model, I put my single digit right there. And then because that's a 3, not a 300, I write 300. And that's a 4, so I write 40, and then a 3. So, in this box, I solve 2 times 300. Well, I know that 2 times 3 is 6. And then I bring down my zeros. And then I stack them. And I add. And then to prove it using my base 10 blocks, remember we had 300, so I have 300, but I had 2 sets of those, so I have to have 2 sets, which would be 600, which matches what I have here. And then I have an original 4 groups of 10, and I'm doing that 2 times, which would get me 80. And then I had a group of 3, and we're doing 2 groups of that, which would get me 6.
So what's your total?
686. And that would be how we do area model.
Correct. Good job. All right.